Good morning, everyone. The lighting is shit. I'm at work. Welcome to the start of a new kind of like an experiment, I guess. I am a big journaler, as you know. I love to journal. I love to write things down. My planner is literally the reason why I'm sane. I've been journaling, chronicling my day. I have a 5-year journal. I have a long form journal that's kind of morphed more into a sort of creative journal. So I have a reading journal. Anyway, this year has really been my year of getting back into it. And since last year, I have been like, I really want to try morning pages, but it just sounds too intense and too much. So I kind of just like pushed it aside. This morning I decided that I'm going to start. Why this morning? Well, I've had this notebook sitting next to my bed since, my God, for a while, at least a few months, for the purpose of just experimenting and trying the idea of morning pages. So when I talk about morning pages, I'm specifically talking about taking the time to do stream of consciousness journaling. So you're not journaling to archive a particular event. You're not chronicling your day, well, unless that's part of your stream of consciousness. It's literally putting pen to paper and seeing what happens. And I do this type of journaling when I'm really in the middle of down. I'm very down, I'm very depressed. I do that sort of journaling anyway. But most of my long form journaling, I would say, is I go into my journal with a purpose. Like I want to talk about this, I want to purge this. Whereas a morning pages, this type of journal is more like you don't know what's going to come out. It's you literally, it's like a meditation sort of thing. It's stream of consciousness, literally whatever comes out. And for some people it's to-do lists, for some people it's talking about the day before. But because I'm doing that sort of chronicling already in another place, I wanted to see how the idea of a morning journal would work for me and if it would be sustainable, because that's what I want. It needs to be something that already kind of fits with my habits and my life, because I already wake up super early. Early enough for me, okay? I'm not getting up earlier just to do this. I'm sorry, I can't do that. I struggle to sleep as it is. So this is my morning pages journal. This is a moleskin paper cashier notebook. They're really small. You get them like 3 for $25. I love moleskin notebooks, but moleskin notebooks are the only notebooks that I like lined. Like they're the only lined notebooks that I will own, because they're the best. The like perfect size, the pages are amazing. It's just a joy to write. Anyway, so I've decided to use this. I put a little sticker on it because it's cute, and I started this morning. So I did my usual thing, had my breakfast, got ready for work. Then I had maybe like 10 minutes before I was to leave. So I started my entry at home. And then I took this with me and finished writing on the train. And it was the most interesting experience. I didn't really think that I would have a lot to say. But there were things in me that were festering, I would say, and they showed up. Like I started, I'm not going to obviously share this with you, but I started my my entry with the thing that was annoying me the most, which was the fact that for some ungodly reason, we have like the roosters in our neighborhood. Someone has roosters, I don't know who or where, they were so loud, and I swear they were roostering since like 3 o'clock in the morning. It was constant. It was constant, and it was just like so annoying because I kept on waking up. And so I started the entry with that, and then it kind of turned to some work things that's been on my mind, but then it quickly went to like personal stuff. And I was surprised. I wrote 3 full pages. I could have continued writing more, to be perfectly honest, but I didn't, because I'm like, I need to stop. So I was really surprised with myself. But yeah, so I did it, and I did it on the train, and I liked doing this on the train, actually, which you wouldn't think that being on the train would be conducive to a writing environment, but I'm still half asleep, you know what I mean? And it just felt really natural. I don't know, we shall see. But this is day 1 of trying this journaling habit. We'll soon find out if this is something that I can sustain, because I'm going to try it for the next week. God, we'll see. Am I biting off more than I can chew? I feel like I am. I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. So I didn't vlog yesterday because the day became so chaotic, and my colleague was also in the office that we share, so it was a bit difficult to film. Anyway, I did do my morning pages yesterday on the train again. Really enjoyed journaling on the train. I don't know, I really liked it. And I have to admit, I did not expect what came out of my journaling adventure yesterday. I had a moment with Mum in the morning. I was watching her do her makeup, and it was very nostalgic. And so I went from there to talking about the book that I was reading, to then, apologies for my dog, to then going back to that moment with my mum and kind of unpacking things that I haven't really thought about in quite a long time, actually. So it was really interesting, to say the least. Today, obviously, I'm working from home today. There was major delays on the train line. So I decided that I would just work from home. I could have gone to the other campus, but I haven't organized. It's an entire thing. Like, I haven't organized lunch, and like, I don't want to give myself too much stress. It's an entire thing. So I'm actually sitting down now to do my morning pages. My dog is attacking some pillows. I've got to go get him soon. But I'm doing my morning pages now. And again, I kind of like talk about my morning, like, I plan to go into the city, and then I've just descended into this aspect that I wasn't expecting, but it must be on my mind because it came out. I'm like, yeah, I want to talk about this now. So it's been a really interesting process. So I'm going to continue doing my morning pages. I have been writing 3 pages, around about 3. Yeah. 1, 2. Yeah, writing about 3 pages. I have to honestly stop myself from writing more sometimes. And then I'm going to start my day. It's been really interesting. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. Possibly maybe after I finish this morning's entry, and then we'll see how I feel. Okay, that was an interesting experience. I actually ended up doing most of my entry today on the bed with my dog. And it's just so wild how you just jump from different things. Well, that's how my brain is. Yeah, I ended off the entry about like meditating slightly on the idea of being forgotten. strange. And I think it's actually put me in a sort of meditative state, and I'm tired. I feel quite relaxed. I feel like, does that make sense? Wow, that was interesting. That was interesting. Okay, so we have officially hit day 3. We have done our 3rd entry. I have written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages. Can you tell how like I feel right now? I could go to sleep. Very strange. So now I'm gonna have to get started on my day. How do I transition my brain from that to work? I think maybe like getting dressed and then maybe sitting down and planning my day. Well, it'll be a good transition. Okay, I'll speak to you tomorrow. We're back in the same position yesterday. I just did, I've got honey. Oh my God, something's happened. I need to wipe my fucking notebook. I must have been writing on honey. Where did that happen? Okay, I need to clean my notebook. Anyway, I just did my 4th entry into my morning pages journal. I felt more like I came to the journal not really knowing what I wanted to write, which I think is what you're supposed to do. And it's a bit more free-flowing. I'm really enjoying the process of this because like when I journal in here, which is my planner, sorry, I look atrocious right now and I accidentally banged the table. But when I'm journaling in my planner, like I have a purpose, I'm chronicling the day. Whereas in here, there's no purpose other than just to write whatever comes to mind. So what did I write about today? It was more just like what was happening around me. Hunter was barking. I decided to sit outside and do part of my entry outside until it got a bit too uncomfortable. I do take the time as I'm writing to kind of stop and close my eyes and like just be in the moment and kind of see what's happening in my brain, if that makes sense. So I think by doing that, it does create this more meditative quality to writing these entries, which I'm not angry at. I think it's why I'm enjoying this so much. And like on the train, when I did my first 2 entries on the train, it felt like that. Like I put my headphones on and kind of like blocking the rest of the world, and I was just sitting on the train with the pen in my hand and my journal in my lap, and I'm just like writing, and it felt really good. So day 4, still going strong, having a blast. But what happens now is after I finish journaling, I feel really tired because I think I'm so relaxed. You would think afterwards you'd feel a bit like, you know, because you're just writing all these things that you didn't expect would come out. Like I won't lie, which one was it? I think it was yesterday's entry. No, and Tuesday's entry that really like came out of nowhere. And I was like, where did that come from? Because it's things that I would say are not necessarily always on my mind, but it just came out. It was great. So having a blast, and I really like this sticker. Isn't she so cute? I love it. So day 4 was good. It was good. I used my new Muji fountain pen, which is so cute. I got this a couple of weeks ago when Mum and I went back into the city. This was like only like $12 or $13. So I wanted to try it out because it's so affordable for a fountain pen. So I would say, let me have a look. I would say great writing experience, but it does feel as though over time the ink kind of like struggles to come out. But that's all. Anyway, a great start to the morning. I'll see you tomorrow. Hi everyone, day 5. This is me on a Friday. It's also public holiday today, so it's very exciting. Anyway, day 5 of my morning pages. I am coming to you quite late. It is 1:45 in the afternoon because I wasn't able to update you in the morning because I had to go straight into the city and pick my mum up. So I wasn't able to update you, but I did do them. Today was much more chill, I think, because I took time today, like, and I've been taking time throughout this entire process, right? But because I knew that I didn't have to do work, I was just chilling. I was taking my time. It took me longer to write the entry today than it typically does, I should say. I'm also wondering if that's part of the process. Like, regardless of whether or not I had work to do, I feel like having to hit 3 pages is forcing you to do it. You know, like, it's really easy to fill up 1 page, maybe even 1.5, but 3 pages, like, you actually have to sit and dedicate time, and you have to like sit with your thoughts and your emotions. It's very interesting. So I also feel like it's supposed to get harder as time goes on, and then it will eventually become like second nature. So is what I'm saying making sense? I don't know if I'm making sense, but that's what it feels like. It feels like a necessary hurdle in order for this to become a habit. But yeah, still going strong. Not gonna. So these are the pages. I'm actually doing this. And then this is yesterday, Friday, which is today. So 3 pages. Yeah. So we're got this to work with. Less like shocking realizations today, and more like just like meditation on life and like what's happening. So that was nice. Yeah, I really am enjoying this experience, and I've been writing yesterday and today, as you know, with my Muji fountain pen. Today, I have to say, the writing was much more seamless. It didn't feel like it was running out of ink or anything. It felt smooth and wonderful. Whereas yesterday, it kind of felt as though the ink was running out. But I just wish they did different colors. White is boring sometimes. But yes, so that is my update for Friday. I will come to you tomorrow when I do this. It's kind of a fun time, but it requires a lot of mental and emotional work. Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, day 6 of doing this challenge. Today was interesting. I feel like I literally just woke up and got out my journal. So this is the first time that I have woken up and immediately picked up my journal. Haven't done that for the rest of the week. The other days were, I had breakfast and would do it on the dining table or on the train. So I woke up with something that was already on my mind, and it was pertaining to what I have to do today. And then from there, came all these other things. And I feel like I expected it, to be honest. Like, I don't approach writing in this with like a thing in my mind, but it kind of came out, like all my thoughts and kind of worries about this particular thing kind of came out as a response to me being like, this is what I'm doing today and I can't be bothered. And it was interesting because I think I've been saying that every day, but I didn't realize, I should have, but I didn't realize how much it's been festering, if that makes sense. Like, there's like a very particular fear that I have about something, and it's, I don't know, I knew it was kind of like floating in my brain, but I didn't think it was like this, I don't know, this intense. So yeah, a good 3 pages. I feel like I could write 3 pages more about this particular feeling, and maybe I need to journal about it later in my normal journal. A lot of me doing this, I've realized, is just like, oh, I didn't know that I was like fixating on that, because I intellectualize literally everything. Like, I think that I know what's kind of the reasons for the things that I worry about or get anxiety about. But this process has made me realize intellectualizing is a very superficial way of trying to make myself feel better. Yeah, I don't know. I should probably spend more time pulling these threads, which is where my journal, my actual journal, comes in. So maybe I might sit down in my journal today or tomorrow and be like, I need to deconstruct this feeling and just purge everything, because I'm really, yeah, I knew I was worried, but fuck, that was the quickest I've written. 3 pages, and it took me 15 minutes. Usually it takes me a bit longer than that. Another really interesting day. I can't believe I only have one more day of this challenge, and I would like to say that I want to continue this habit. So I will come back to you with my last entry tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. It is the last day of this challenge, which is absolutely wild to say. Yeah. So I've got my journal here. I literally just finished writing an entry for the 8th day. Today is Monday. I didn't update you yesterday on Sunday because the day got away from me. We went grocery shopping and then I completely forgot to update the video, but I did do my morning pages yesterday. I actually did it again in bed with a cup of tea, and it was literally perfection. And I did it again today, but we're not talking about today, we're talking about the week from Monday to Sunday. I'm going to say that I really love this practice. I think it's really beneficial for me to do on a daily. I'm going to try and continue doing this, but I'm wondering how sustainable it's going to be to do the 3 pages. But I think that's kind of what I'm going to see. I'm going to, I think, do some like check-ins and just like tell you my journey with this. I think the entire point of it is to be questioning whether it's sustainable, whether you are able to do it on a daily basis, because you're supposed to be so uncomfortable with it. Like, you're supposed to be slightly uncomfortable and you're supposed to like work for it. I think that's the point. And I should say this now, I should have said it earlier, but so the morning pages kind of practice was created by Julie Cameron, who wrote The Artist's Way. I'm pretty sure Julie Cameron is her name. I'm not doing the Artist's Way program at the moment. I just have heard so much about the practice of doing morning pages, and I've been hearing it for over a year now, and I've always wanted to try it. But I'm doing this completely disconnected from is it like a 12-week program? I don't remember, of the Artist's Way. I'm just instituting kind of stream of consciousness daily journaling at the moment. I'll see if maybe in the future when I've got time, I'll try out the Artist's Way. So 7 days of 3 pages of stream of consciousness journaling in the morning. I think for me, it's really done good. I do feel as though my brain is slightly less everywhere in the morning when I do this. And I think I've said previously, when I do this, it feels meditative and I feel a bit tired afterwards because I feel like there's a lot of things kind of happening. And the things that I journal about, I didn't expect. It's just a very interesting process. But yeah, so wow. I recommend it for those who want to try something different. But this, wow, I've been feeling a lot of peace as a result of this, and I'm going to continue and see if that peace continues and is sustained. I think there's a lot of good for me that comes out when I have to write, and finding time to write as well has been an interesting experience. So I will most likely do another video checking in maybe in a month or so to see if I've maintained it. But this has been a really fun challenge. I feel like I've got a lot out of it. It's been quite eye-opening on a personal level. So I will deem this a success. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, friends.